Welcome back, one and all, to the custom showcase. Today, before we get into it, I wanted to do this in the usual spot at my custom bench, but unfortunately, I am absolutely cooking up a storm in there right now. So, we'll have to do at my normal desk. Regardless, today we are doing conehead number 2 of 3 of my Bayverse coneheads. This being Thrust. Yes, Thrust is the red one. I don't know them by heart, unlike the main trio. So, bring him in a little closer here and kind of tilting him around. We have Thrust. He's built off of Hunt of the Decepticons Terradive. The deco layout was supplied by the commissioner and my good friend Blue Man Photography. If I can find his Instagram, there will be a link in the description, because he's taken some awesome shots of the previous custom showcase Ramjet, and unfortunately it's in his possession now, so I can't do a full group shot of all 3, but maybe I'll get him to do it for me one of these days. Going into some detail here, not too much different. It's pretty much just I changed all the orange to red, and I added some extra flair. So like the wings down here and up top here, I added in the red. Kind of get it more interesting. Pretty much the same thing I did with Ramjet. I just expanded their deco to make it look more interesting. I had some ideas to flare these out here. I'm trying to remember what the original deco was, because I always deviate a little bit on my customs, trying to make them more playable, because that's how I like them. If I recall correctly, and I'll throw it up on screen to see if I'm wrong, but I think he wanted these all red initially, but I ended up going with just the red highlights on the knees and then these little molded details on the shins in order to make less paint, but also still have that nice color breakup. Now, I will say one thing about this guy is that he was a pain to paint. I had to paint and then seal, I think, 3 times, just because this is like that 2011, 2010 energy of Transformers. So like his transformation here is like a giant sliding hinge. It all rotates around. It's pretty intensive, which means I have to be very cautious with the paint, make sure I paint it good, and make sure said paint is coated well so it's durable. And then also, before I forget, I also have his spear right here. I just kind of painted the top of it to match its color scheme. So what was purple on the original is now red. Come on, focus. Is now red, and then the tip is black, and then it can still do the whole action like this. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, that is Thrust in his robot mode. So let's get him changed over. And here is Thrust in his jet mode. And once again, this, just like Ramjet, was very much a joy to work on. I don't know what it is. I've never had a thing for planes in the past, but like getting to make the color schemes for these is so much fun. So as you can see, I pretty much changed out all the orange for red. And then some parts I expanded the black, other parts I added more red, like the stripes on the wings, that kind of stuff. And right here, I gotta wash this off a little bit. That's some excess sealant. But overall, I am very happy with how this came out. This is probably one of the coolest jet modes they've ever made. It's very just swooshable. But man, I'm a big fan of how the deco came out. That's all I got for this custom. There will be definitely a few more of these coming as I wrap up my commissions finally on this 3-year journey. It's been fun, and I can't wait for you guys to see the next one, because that one is going to be a banger. This is Aviator Dan's signing off.